Hi,
Hi, Ella. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Ariana. How are you today? What's
Uh,
up?
I'm good. I'm good.
So, what interests you in this role to begin with is Babe?
Yeah, I think I was really into the Broadway production of this show, and I really loved how just like spunky and funny she was. And it was like so like we know that about Cher, like she's always been very funny and very authentic and very witty. But the thing about Babe is that like you see those glimpses of her in these early stages of Cher's life, but she doesn't even quite know how funny and like witty and talented she is yet. And I think that's what I love the most about her. She's so interesting in that way. And like we just see like little glimmers of the Cher that we know, and then we watch her like grow up. And I think that's really special. And I like how Babe comes back throughout the entire show and kind of reminds the other Chers of like who we used to be when we were younger. Like the little girl with the big dreams, and like it kind of like brings us down to earth for a second, and that's why I love her.
Yeah, I like that about the show because I feel like usually when there's younger versions of a character, they're there for like a song or two or they never come back. But I like how all her versions kind of consult with each other and kind of remind each other about what they wanted or even give advice from the future of what they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of wish that I could talk to my younger self like that sometimes.
Speaking of your younger self, so there's three shares and their names are Babe, Lady, and Star.
Yes.
What would be the names of the three versions of Ella if they could exist?
Oh God. Oh God, oh God. Wait, that's an interesting question.
Let's save that to the end. So I'll let you think
Yeah, wait, I
about
need to like think about that.
it. But how do you connect with Babe and how do you think you're completely different from Babe?
Yeah, I definitely connect with her first like falling in love with performing and um movies and theater like from a really young age. I was exposed to that at a really young age and I always loved it, and it's always been a part of my life. I started dancing when I was 5, so I've been performing since I was really little. And I've always kind of known that it was something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and that there was like something about me that was like meant to perform. And from when Babe saw Cinderella in the movie theater, she like as soon as she saw that movie, she was like, "This is what I need to do. I need to act. I want to perform, and this is what I want to do. I'm gonna be famous." Um, so I definitely relate to that. Like I had really big dreams when I was a little girl too, and she's like super, her spunk and her wit. I think she's really, really funny, which I think I'm pretty funny. I think she has one thing that I don't really relate is that she kind of sometimes has a problem letting go of things. And, like she's very clung to Sunny and this idea of Sunny and Cher. And like when Lady and Star are talking about leaving Sunny, it's like Babe's like, wait, no, no, like this is all we know. And she kind of like freaks out a little bit. And maybe I don't really relate to that aspect of her. I'm kind of more willing to let things go. And like I understand that there's like phases of your life and things are meant to happen. And then you kind of leave things behind to move on to better things. But other than that, I see so much of myself in her. I really love her.
You mentioned and it's in the musical that when she sees Cinderella that's when she knows this is what she's supposed to do. Was there like a movie or a song or something that's the moment that you're like, "Oh, I'm supposed to do this."
Yes, and it was Ella Enchanted with Anne Hathaway. That movie has been probably my favorite movie since I was a little girl. I think I could recite it like from beginning to end. And I loved how it was a movie musical. I think it's the first movie musical that I really remember seeing. Also, like we have the same name, so like there was like a little bit like, oh my god, that's literally me. But I loved that movie, and I loved Ella in that movie too. She was also like super spunky and witty, and like it, I love that movie. That one really did it for me, I think.
That's cool. When Babe is nervous, she'll just scream that she's a Taurus. What's your star sign and do you relate to your star sign at all? Do you believe that?
I love this question. Yes. Okay, I'm a Pisces, so I have no Taurus placements at all. But Cher is definitely a Taurus, and I relate very much to being a Pisces. I'm very emotional. I feel things very, very deeply, and sometimes I do tend to like live in my own little world a lot of the time, and I need to be like snapped back into reality sometimes. But I love being a Pisces.
Well, also happy belated birthday because it's
Yes, thank you.
now the end of Pisces season. Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 23, just turned 23.
Okay, so you're in like that age at the end of like babe's time. Oh, that's
Hmm.
sweet. So this is your first tour. What has that been like? Because I saw that you kind of just graduated a little bit ago. What has that been like?
Yeah, it's been really, really crazy. I never really expected myself to be in a position like this soon after graduation. It's really, really amazing. I love touring. I think it's so exciting. I've never really been a big traveler my whole life, so like I'm going to so many places for the first time, and I don't know, I'm really lucky. This cast is so wonderful, and like we have so much fun together. Like sometimes we have these like really long, hard days, or like one nighters where like we travel into a show and then leave again in the morning, and like that can get like very exhausting. But I think when you have just such a good group of people around you, like we can kind of just like get through together. And like there's still things that like I am only like just starting to like settle into because we're about, I want to say, 4 months in, and there's still some things that I still have to get used to. But I think I kind of established a little routine for myself, and I think it's really exciting. And I like having. I think my favorite part is having like a set schedule. I'm just like this kind of person where I like having my schedule set for me. Like, okay, I need to do this at this time. I have to be here at this time, and like everyone else kind of worries about all the logistics, and like I just show up and I do what people tell me, and I like having my days laid out for me like that. So that's one thing that I really like. But it's really exciting. I love tour. It's amazing.
Well, what is your routine like for like a show day? Because you really only
Yeah.
have Mondays off.
Yeah. So what I like Tuesday through so Monday's usually a travel day. We're traveling all day and we don't have a show. Um Tuesday through Friday we only have night shows. So that's when I usually like so Tuesdays I usually after a travel day I'm like shot. So like Tuesdays I usually actually rot the entire day. Like I will sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon and like just rest because I know that I need that. My Tuesday show is usually like really good because I didn't do anything. And then like the other rest of the week, like during the day, I like to try and explore where I am every day. Cause sometimes it's really easy to just like sit in your bed and like in my little hotel room and like just be by myself and watch movies all day. But like I try to get myself to go out and explore like a new coffee shop or like a new vintage store, like try to walk around and like get a sense of this new place that I've never been before. And then I don't really have to be at the show until like 6 o'clock, which is like really nice. Like I have like my whole days. And as someone who's I've always been a night person, so I kind of like not having work until the evening. And then 2 show days are like a whole other story where I have to get up a little earlier and like make sure I eat like a good breakfast and like get to the theater by noon, and like we have like a little break in between and have dinner and then another show. Weekends are usually like a blur. Like I don't even remember them, but yeah.
Do you have any? I know you guys can only bring like a relatively small bag. What's that thing that you made sure that you brought that you really wanted to have with you during this time?
Yes. Hmm. I think my steamer. And my steamer takes up so much room in my freaking suitcase that I don't even care because I need it. I need it. Especially like when we go to like something like right now we're in Michigan and like Michigan is so cold and so dry. Like it affects my voice so bad. And I would die without my big steamer, I think.
What is your favorite scene in the musical?
I think okay, I have a favorite, but it's almost kind of a spoiler, so I'm not even gonna say it. I think Song for the Lonely, our Act One closer, with just the three shares, the three of us on stage, just like in like very simple black jumpsuits, singing one of my favorite songs in the show. It's so like moving and so powerful, and I love those moments where it's just the three of us, just like simple, just three spotlights, and it's just us, and the band is going crazy during that song, and it's just it always feels so good. Like some people in the cast when they're watching backstage like still get emotional sometimes when we're like all singing it because it's just like it's a really beautiful moment in the show and I really love it.
Yeah, my favorite is The Beat Goes On because I think it's cute that like the younger version like gets to have this moment, and it's also has like that nice message of like just like the highs and lows that you can have in your career and just in life in general. That
Oh,
was my
that
favorite.
one. One.
Was your favorite Cher song the song you just mentioned, or has it changed since being in the musical?
It has changed. It was always I Got You Babe. I've always loved that song. so sweet. It's a classic. But I think I'm about to say Dark Lady.
Oh,
Specifically Cher's version of Dark Lady. Love how they do it in the show, but specifically Cher's version of Dark Lady. It's just so good. That's like top tier Cher. It's so good.
yes. What's your favorite costume, even if you don't wear
Oh god. Oh my god, like how do you even pick?
it?
Wait, can I pick one that I wear and one that I don't wear?
Yes.
Okay, so the favorite one that I wear, I think has to be um my Beat Goes On dress, that gold like flapper dress with all the beads, and it's so detailed. It's really heavy, and it's so I just feel like a star when I put that on. And I think my favorite other costume is Morgan Starr's bow dress. It's like the really famous naked dress with the ostrich feathers and like the glitter, and it's just oh my god, it's actually unreal. And I just like literally stare at her when she's walking down. I'm just like just admiring it every time. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. So you work with the other shares a lot on stage. What has that kind of bond been like? And have they been mentors? Have you guys kind of fed off and learned from each other?
Oh, absolutely. Those two women are actually my rocks. Like they are two of the most incredibly talented and kind, giving women I've ever met. And I'm so, so lucky to have the two of them. And we have a very, very special bond. And especially like throughout this entire tour, I feel like we have become even just more and more, I don't want to say like one person, but like we're very, very in tune with each other. And one of my friends, like when they came to see The Voice, like even commented that when we sing together, like we sound like one voice together. And it was definitely not like that in the beginning. Like it took some like a little while, but like then we just start to sound more like each other. And we have all these like fun little traditions that we do together. And like we always make sure we take a moment before each show for the three of us to just be alone and hold hands and like center ourselves. And Morgan has absolutely been such a mentor for me. She's more experienced than I am, and she oh, I can't even say enough about her. She'll always keep me grounded. She'll always bring me back down to earth for a second when things feel like the end of the world. It never really is because I have Morgan. And Catherine is one of the funniest people I've ever met. Like I don't laugh with anyone the way that I do with Catherine, and like I just love those people. I could go on for actually ever talking about how wonderful I think they are.
Yeah, I love how the share on tour Instagram, how you guys have like these little funny moments and little skits and little series that you do. I think that's super
Yeah.
cute.
It's really fun. Tyler's our social media person. He plays Bob Mackey. Well, we have two social media people. We have an intern, then we also have Tyler, and he's really, really good at coming up with these ideas. Like I don't know how he does it, but they're really funny.
Yeah. If you weren't playing Babe, which share would you want to be?
Hmm. I was gonna say Star, but I almost feel like it's too much pressure. I think Lady. Lady Star. I love Lady because she gets the comedy hour.
Yes.
She gets to like do the funny stuff with Sunny, and also she has some of the most amazing gowns. But like so does Star. But I think Lady.
Yeah, yeah. I could definitely see that. If you could play any artist in another musical about their life, who would it be?
Amy Winehouse.
Oh.
I love Amy Winehouse, and I feel like I don't know if they would ever do a biopic musical of her life, but if they did, get me in there.
I could definitely see that. And now we're circling back to the question of what would be the name of the three versions of you.
Okay, so okay, now that I've thought about it,
Mm.
I think the first thing I thought of was like Missy. Like when I was like a little kid, I was so Missy. Like I don't know what else,
I can
what
see
other
it.
word
I
to
get
use.
it.
And wait, I can't think of middle me because right now I still feel like I'm middle me.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say right now, me. I've been using the word doll a lot, and I've just been trying to incorporate dolling into my world more, and I associate myself with doll. So right now, so we have Missy, doll, and I think me in the future. Hmm, I want to say queen. I
Ooh.
feel like one day, like I don't know, like Missy, doll, and then we're gonna like evolve into Queen Henny. Like,
Oh, I could definitely see
you
that.
think? You think?
Yes, I totally understand. Like I'm like, oh, I
Like
understand
you got
why it would be
it.
Missy, Doll, and Queen. I totally get that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. This was so much fun.
This was really
And
fun. Thank
yes,
you.
congrats on this tour, and I can't wait to talk to you about future projects. I'm sure I will.
Yay, amazing.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. You're welcome. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.